Hi, this is Dan Phillip with Workforce Wisdom. Years ago I played in the minor league system with the Detroit Tigers in Lakeland, Florida. I remember the first time I met the coach, or so I thought. And why do I say it that way? Well, I called him coach, and you would have thought I called him idiot because he got angry and he told me to grab a seat on the bench so he could scold me for the next 2 minutes about calling him coach. He was the manager and he would be given the respect of a manager. If I ever called him coach again, he told me he would fine me each and every time. So, given the fact I was in the minor leagues making $600 to $650 a month at that time, I never called him coach again. Ironically, as a manager, he never had success in the minor leagues. Instead of coaching his players to help them get what they wanted, we wanted to get to the major leagues. Well, he was looking at himself and his position rather than looking at his players and putting them in a position to be coached. All the great managers I ever knew or played for were coaches first and managers second. A coach helps a player achieve their goals and reach their potential. A manager just fills out the lineup card, might call the pitches, and determine if a player should take a pitch, bunt, or hit and run, among some of the other technical aspects of the game. Well, a coach gets the most out of his or her players to maximize the success of their team. It's too bad he never understood this because his career just might have ended better. Businesses need to understand the same concept really about coaching. In today's workforce climate, the employees, or players you might want to call them, they need coaches first and managers second. We recognize this to be true. Why? Because only about 20 to 30% of our full-time workforce is actually engaged in their work. In other words, take ownership of it and enjoy their work. This typical engagement, or lack of, slows our organization's growth and our economy as a whole. Well, this manager, or the manager, is usually the main culprit for turnover in our workplace. They don't need to learn how to be better managers. What they really need is to learn how to become coaches first. Simply put, coaching is helping others achieve what they want to achieve. I wanted to play baseball on the big league level, but I wasn't going to be managed there. I needed a coach to help me get there. Well, if my employees aren't engaged in the process, they're not receiving proper coaching. Now, to be a good coach, you're going to need at least 4 things. 1, you're going to need to understand human behavior, and then you're going to have to ask appropriate questions. Develop mutual trust and respect for one another, which the coach or manager, if he was here, I'd be fined. He didn't do that. And 4th, a manager or coach, needs to discuss goals weekly with each of his players. Coaches invest their time in people. When you start to feel overwhelmed and busy, you might just need a coach, because I know your players do.